Okay, let's plot these points on a grid. -8, -3. So -8, 1, 2, 3 is right there. So there's D. Then 4, 7, 4 to the right, up 7. There's E. And -2, 7, 2 to the left, 7 down. Right there's F. It says draw a line DE. See if I can draw this somewhat straight. So there's DE. Write the equation describing DE. So I'm going to find the rise. So this much is the rise, and this much is the run. So I'm just going to count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 12 to the run. So there's our slope. Rise 10, run 12. So our slope is 5/6 for that black line. So there we have a slope. All you need to write an equation is a point and a slope. So DE, you have two choices. You can write it from D. If I write it from D, it's y minus -3. So that'll be y plus 3 equals our slope 5/6, and then x minus -8. There's that one. Or the other easy one would have been to write it from E. So if you write it from E, E will have a -7 for the y, so y minus 7, and then the slope 5/6 x minus the x. So either one of those were easy. Turn the answer to number 25 into slope-intercept form. Okay, so I'm just going to take one of these. I'll multiply this 5/6 times both of those. So that would be y plus 3 equals 5/6 x. Now you got to do 5/6 times 8. Now if you're no good at doing 5/6 times 8, type it in your calculator. 5/6 times 8. 5/6 times 8, and then I'm going to turn that back to a fraction, is 20/3. Okay, so then the next step would simply be to subtract 3. So I'm going to subtract 3. So we have y equals 5/6 x. Now the same thing, if you're no good at that, do it on your calculator. Say subtract 3 and turn it into a fraction. Math fraction. So 20/3 minus 3 is 11/3. And that was what the answer was. It was 5/6 x minus 11/3. Okay, then it says turn this answer into standard form. So standard form has no fractions in it at all. So now we got to get rid of the fractions. I'm going to write it down again over here just so I can have space for work. The easiest way to get rid of fractions is to make them all the same, to get a super common denominator, which would be 6. If I make that y be 6/6, see, that's still 1. And if I just double this, now that will be a 6. Now they're all 6. I got a 6 on the bottom, 6 on the bottom, 6 on the bottom. Now all the bottoms are irrelevant. Once you do that, you pretty much have it done. That's how you get rid of all fractions. So you got 6y, 5x, and then 11 times 2 is 22. And then standard form puts the x's and the y. It gets rid of fractions, and it puts the x's and the y's all on the same side. So now we got a -5x over there. The 6y was already over there, and then the -22 stayed over here on the right. And there it is in what's called standard form. Standard form has no fractions. 28. Draw a line that passes through point F and makes a right angle. Okay. Pass it through point F to make a right angle. So it's going to come through there somehow, something like that. Passing through point F. Now I do know point F was at -2, 7, so I have a point. 29. Write the equation that describes this line. So we need a point and a slope. Well, the slope is at a right angle, so since the old slope was 5/6, we have a new slope now that's turn it over. So the new slope, the slope at a right angle that we're going to use is turn the numbers upside down. So 6/5, they were 5/6 up there in the red, and now they're negative 6/5 for this one. So we have y minus, I'm just going to use point F, it goes through point F. So y minus 7, new slope, negative 6/5, x minus negative 2. And there was 29.